gold is like the leader, and silver is like the poor relative, for example, but always follows gold. But unfortunately, silver always gets devalued because it's always seen as an industrial. But now with AI and the shortage that we're having, because the banks, as well as the billionaires and the elites and investors, for example, they're also ordering gold as well as silver, because you can't go wrong with having both, for example. And that's really brilliant that you've looked at the gold prices, because gold is going up. It's gone down a bit actually, because when I last looked it was at let's have a look here. So the gold prices today it's gone down $3,302.10. It's gone down. So these are the times when you buy, it's when things have gone down, not when they're going up, for example, because it's going to go back up. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's going to keep going down and down. But let's look at silver here, because I want to be able to explain the difference. Let me just go to the silver section here. So silver is at $32.63. You see, it's holding its value, it's holding its own. It's holding its own stronger than what gold is doing. And the experts are even saying once it gets to $34, $35, it's going to shoot up even more. So that's why I'm saying about silver. Now, let me just say something now. I'm not a financial expert. I am just a silver lady, gold lady. Call me a golden girl. I love gold and silver. I love investing in that from when I was doing in 2007, for example. If you need financial advice, then you need to speak to a professional. I'm here for educational purposes and just talking about the gold and silver. So, like I said, the silver is at 32.63 cents. Now, when I was looking at it the other day, for example, so I'm always writing things down all the time. It was the other day, which was 2 days ago, it was at $33.14. Today it's at $32.63, for example. But that's okay, because it's going to hold its own, okay? This is about long term. This isn't a get rich quick scheme. This is about building wealth and having that structure of wealth that is going to grow over time. Now, gold 2 days ago was $3,320, for example. But at the moment, gold is currently so from 3,320, it's now $3,301.60. It's slightly going up. These charts, they keep changing. So, gold has lost like 20, I'd say about $20 per ounce, for example. Okay, so that's what's happened there. With silver, because it's at the price that it is, for example, then we are looking at from how it was a couple of days ago. It hasn't lost much. It was $33 $32.14, for example, is now at $32.61. So it hasn't lost much. So do you see where I'm coming from? That to me, silver is just as good as gold. Yes, get gold as well, but get silver, because I believe that silver is going to shoot up. Like it's at 31.61, it's now gone to 32.73, for example. And that was, that's the difference between the 2 days. So gold and silver, definitely. And Donald Trump's famous quote is, and I'm going to say to you here what it was. The gold standard, for example. So the gold standard, he talks about gold, and he knows, because he is, I believe, America, from the chart that I just saw, and I'm going to put the link here as well. He says gold card, for example, gold is soaring, for example, okay? And he mentions about he who holds the gold holds the cards, for example. And that is one of his quotes that he said a couple of times. But he started talking about this years ago. And his quote, he who has the gold makes the rules. He wouldn't say that if he didn't have all that gold. From what I look from the Swiss exports of gold coming in, for example, who's ordered the largest amount and who has the largest amount, it was America. They were number one. So that's probably why he said, he who has the gold makes the rules. I believe that's where it's come from. And that was where he said this during the April, this month. The golden rule. He calls it the golden rule, and it's the gold standard. And he says, he who holds gold makes the rules. But is that real?